The stragglers. For the rest of the cruise, the stragglers.
Thank you for joining us for this video that features videos and photos from our trip to Alaska on Oceania Cruises. This is our second trip to Alaska, and it never fails to amaze us how beautiful it is up there. If you have not been, you really need to add it to your list. Ketchikan was our first port of call, and while there's some really beautiful scenery around, one of the things not to be missed is the local crab. Ketchikan was incorporated in 1900 and became the port of entry for ships entering Alaska from the south, earning it the nickname First City. By the early 1930s, there were 13 canneries in Ketchikan, packing 1.5 million cases of salmon a year. Ketchikan is known as the salmon capital of the world and is Alaska's fifth largest town. Our next port of call was Icy Strait Point, near Juno, Alaska. The Juno Tlingit relocated to present-day Juno during the peak of the Little Ice Age. Translated, Juno means where the north wind doesn't blow. In 1912, the Juno Packing Company built the first cannery in the area, which today is Icy Strait Point. When the cannery ceased to produce salmon in 1953, it was used by the Juno fishing fleet until the 1990s. In the mid-1990s, the Juno Totem Corporation bought the cannery and created what you see today. While out on our whale watching trip, we saw a group of seals, and this little guy decided to pay us a visit. One thing to keep in mind if you plan to go out whale watching is it takes some patience. We were out there for over 3 hours to capture these photos and videos. These clips show a single humpback whale bubble feeding. Bubble feeding is where whales dive down and release a curtain of bubbles that herd the fish together, and then they swim up and grab a mouthful. Our next port of call was Juno, home to the Mendenhall Glaciers as well as a few other glaciers and some wonderful whale watching. Juno was settled in 1880 when gold was discovered by Joe Juno and Richard Harris. The city, which had been laid out in 1880, was formed in 1900 when it was named the territorial capital. Juno is unique among the 49 U.S. capitals on mainland North America in that there are no roads connecting the city to the rest of the state or North America. We were fortunate that our timing was perfect to catch the beginning of salmon spawning season. broadleaf plant you'll see along the trails in all of the videos of trail hikes is Devil's Club. Devil's Club is covered with thorns from the ground all the way up to the bottoms and tops of the leaves. Two people from our group took a float plane to Taku Lodge. En route, they flew over the Tongas National Forest and the Juno icefield. The lodge is unique because it is only accessible by float plane or boat. The remote location is adjacent to the Taku Glacier. This provides for some stunning views.
Sitting on the porch here.
Haines is home to historic Fort Seward and is also the only town on our trip that's accessible from the mainland other than Victoria in Canada. This dog looked like a wolf when we first saw him.
And trees that have been hand-planted don't have that ability. Hi, Bubby. Hi, friend. Hello.
Goodness.
You are a very good dog. You might be very sad. There you go.
Sitka was our final stop in Alaska. Sitka, or Fort St. Michael, was established in 1799 by Alexander Baranov, the first Russian governor of Alaska. The formal transfer of Alaska from Russia to the United States also took place there on October 18, 1867, and Sitka served as the territorial capital until 1906, when the seat of government was moved to Juno. Our final stop was in Victoria, British Columbia. Victoria is a beautiful city with some very nice architecture and parks. We had a great time just walking around and exploring the city.